Hello, welcome back to Smart Martial Arts, the YouTube channel where we go over everything martial arts. In this video, I'm going to be reaching for a little bit. I'm going to be comparing music in martial arts in 6 different ways that I have found over the past little bit that I've been wanting to do this idea. Jumping right into it, the most obvious is everyone can enjoy it. It just kind of goes without saying, no matter who you are, where you are in life, how old you are, you can enjoy music and you can enjoy martial arts. Now, there are different things, so you can enjoy them in different ways, as you kind of have to. But the beauty of it is you can also enjoy them together, where if you have good music with good martial arts, you get the best of both worlds, and life's great, and you can have fun, and you might be able to focus more, you might be able to learn more, and if you do it to a certain song, if you hear the song again, you can remember it better, depending on how you do it. But that's the most basic one. Obviously, everyone can enjoy martial arts and music. The next one is some people watch and some people participate. For the music side of it, obviously, watching could be either watching it, listening to it, and participating could be playing something, playing an instrument, whether it could be guitar, piano, drums, or they sing, or any other instruments. There's endless amounts of instruments out there. And then for martial arts, you can watch it WWE kind of in a way, UFC, Bellator, any of those kind of things, maybe YouTube, different movies, and then participate, obviously, is you do them. This one is also a little straightforward, so I think that's really it. The third one is recognizable when someone knows what they're doing in their particular thing. That means if you watch someone who is a beginner versus advanced in music, you can tell which one is which. And then the same thing goes for martial arts. You can tell when you can tell when someone is a beginner in martial arts and when someone is advanced or has been doing it for a while in both ways. It's very, very recognizable, kind of, especially if you've done it for long enough or you know what to look for, then it's very recognizable to you especially. That you can be like, this person knows what they're doing. Happened to me a few months ago. I was getting food at some place near me, and there was a dad and a kid, and the kid threw a perfect roundhouse, and I was impressed. So I asked the dad, I'm like, hey, do you do martial arts? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, have you ever? And he's like, yeah, I used to do Shotokan. And I'm like, well, look at that. So my eagle eye of someone doing a perfect roundhouse, and then he did some stuff too, but I picked up on it. And you can also see that in YouTube videos. People are doing tutorials. You can tell whether it's bullshit or it isn't. And then same thing with music. You can kind of tell. Well, I don't know. It might be a little bit hard to tell with music because everyone is at a different rank, but not a different rank, but a different level of music. But when someone is really good at it, you can tell pretty quickly whether it's guitar, singing, or anything. It's very easy to pick up when you can tell their level of advanced. The next one, that goes without saying, there are genres in music, rock, rap, pop, heavy metal, all that, and then there are styles in martial arts, karate, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, Judo, all that. So you have you have the separation in between all of those different things. While they're still in the same world, and they still kind of go in with the same thing, which I'll get into later on, they still have that degrees of separation underneath the umbrella of music or martial arts. The next is for martial arts, you have the Bunkai and history, and then with music you have theory and the story. With Bunkai and history is you have the Bunkai of whatever it is you're doing. This is especially good for a form. You have the story of the form of what you're doing. And then the history is obviously the history of whatever martial art you do, where it began, how it began, why they wear what they wear, why they do what they do, and why they don't do what they don't do. Music, you have music theory, where you have the chords, you have like fifths, you have the notes, all that stuff where you start to hear people who really know what they're doing who teach it, and you start hearing like root of the third or whatever, music theory. And the story is kind of like Bunkai, where you have a form in karate of the story of the form, In music, you have the story of the song, if there is one. Or I guess the other word is the meaning or whatever they're trying to convey in the song. So you have those two things. And then, I was getting to this earlier, some things are found in the genres or styles in between them. So, obviously, in music, the easiest one to pick out is they share the same instruments. They have guitars, drums, vocals, depending on what you're doing. Now, what can be different here is the types of guitars. You have the classical guitar, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, acoustic electric, where it's an acoustic that you can hook up into an amp. And then in martial arts, you have the jab cross, you have kicks, ki-eyes, especially the jab cross, the kicks are seen in a lot, like roundhouse, you see in a bunch. I know Taekwondo, obviously, karate, obviously, you get it in boxing, and probably a lot more. Jab cross, you see that in pretty much everything as the basic punch, or the basic set of punches along with hooks and uppercuts. So you see that in everything, probably. Maybe a few that I don't know that you don't have it in. But then the music is kind of all the ones that are the same, where you share the same instruments. But then you have like the the time signatures. I guess you could do that. And then I guess this isn't on there, but you have in both martial arts and music, you have the people who do it for fun and people who do it professionally. Do it for fun, people like me, who I just go twice a week or 3 times a week, I guess, and I just hang out, have fun, teach. And then people who do it professionally for a job, people who fight in the UFC, Bellator, all of them. Music, you have the people who just play music, so they have a hobby to do, they kind of just do it at their house. And they might do covers or they might do some things on YouTube. But then you have the people who do it professionally, the people who are in the big name bands, who they do it for a living, literally. And I believe those are all the things that I can think of right now. Maybe one day I will come back to this video when I can sit down, be at a computer, and we can go into more depth. But for right now, this is just kind of the basic thing of what I wanted to do, is throw it out there. And also, it doesn't have to be just music and martial arts. It can be whatever you want to be in martial arts. But the only things that I really enjoy are martial arts and music. So I thought, hey, might as well throw them together. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have anything that you want to add, throw it in the comments as always, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.